And welcome everybody to episode 8 of Comic Confidential, the weekly podcast where we bring you the week's comics related news, views and reviews. I'm your host Kade, and with me as always, the man, the myth, the legend, Troy.
Hey,
how you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for that. That was really nice.
Yeah, thanks. Totally made that up myself.
Oh, you're the best. You're the best at it. Look, we have a veritable shit ton to go through, right?
It's so fucking packed today.
So we're going to try to get through that as quickly as possible. But before we do, I just wanted to take the time to say happy birthday, man.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, because this episode will actually air on your birthday, April the 3rd. And I did a little bit of fact-checking, right? And my gift to you is knowledge.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. The knowledge I'm going to impart on you is comic book related, which is cool. You actually share a birthday with none other than Golden Age Flash himself, Jay Garrick.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And you also share a birthday with actress Kobe Smulders.
Really?
Who's that? I see you looking at me.
The name is familiar.
Yeah, she played Robin in How I Met Your Mother, but more importantly, she played Commander Maria Hill in Avengers and Captain America. SHIELD, baby.
There you go.
There you go. Happy birthday.
Wow. Thanks.
I guess on that, I want to thank everyone that has listened to us over the past 8 weeks or whatever it's been.
Yeah, we made it that far.
We have. It's crazy. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed and downloads these. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook at Comic Confidential Podcast, Instagram and Twitter at Comic Con Pod, and on the website, which is www.comicconpod.com.
Mate, no one uses the W's anymore.
Okay. But if you're like me...
from the 18th century.
From the 18th century and you've just discovered the internet. World Wide Web, that's what it stands for. So that's... So that's pretty cool.
Oh wow, best birthday ever.
All right, man. Let's talk some news.
Yeah, that sounds good. Did you hear the Suicide Squad is getting some reshoots?
I did. Reshoots to make it more funny.
Yeah.
Which is strange. I kind of thought it was already going to sort of head that way.
Yeah.
Like the trailers were kind of light.
Yep.
Really? They were kind
definitely.
of lighthearted, jokes in the trailers and all that sort of stuff. But apparently, and yes, it is rumors, but, they've kind of looked at the all too serious Batman vs. Superman and they've kind of gone, maybe we need to change this. And they've spent millions of dollars to do it.
Really?
Yeah, tens of millions.
Oh, shit. Oh,
because you got to think it's not an easy thing to just reshoot entire scenes.
Yeah, you have to
like
get the permits and all that again. So,
we'll see how that pans out.
Absolutely.
I think it'll be good anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, your man has been in the news.
Ooh, my man's always in the news lately. Ben Affleck has apparently officially written a script for the solo Batman movie.
Yeah. It's got Kevin Smith excited.
It does. Kevin Smith wasn't initially excited about the Batman vs. Superman movie. Kind of changed his tune a little bit when he went and rewatched it a second time with old mate Jay Hughes.
Didn't get all the way through for those playing at home. Did you hear what happened?
Yeah, big punch up in the cinema.
That's crazy.
Which goes to my rant. Stop being a dickhead in the cinema.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
Wankers everywhere.
Everywhere. It's not just us that has to deal with them. But Kevin Smith has given it his seal of approval. Thinks it could potentially win Ben Affleck an Oscar.
Really?
Yeah, he's already got a couple.
Yeah.
He doesn't need any more. But he is a very good writer. / director. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, cool.
Batman vs. Superman
Yes.
has hit $500 million worldwide.
$500 million.
$500 million. 500 million, if you want to look at it like that, but $500 million.
Yeah.
So basically it has...
Broken even.
Fantastic. For those of you who don't really know what we mean by that, $250 million was the budget for the movie. Estimated $250 million spent on marketing and promotions and all that sort of stuff. So the movie had to at least make $500 million just to break even, which it has. And it's done so in a week. And we haven't actually seen, we won't see until, early next week what the second weekend's results are. But that's going to be really important, be really integral to the whole how successful is it.
Yes.
It was always going to be super busy.
Yeah.
Super popular, I guess, right at the start. But how is that going to continue on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Got some bad news for you.
What's that?
One of your favorite X-Men.
Huh?
His movie's been pushed back.
Oh,
The Gambit movie.
Gambit movie. The movie that has been pushed back more times than a nerdy kid in school. I don't know where I was going
Terrible
with
analogy.
that. But, this movie has been pushed back a lot.
Yeah.
Pushed back again due to the director having prior commitments or taking on other commitments first. Apparently, there's a bit of a plan to maybe do some either recasting or changing the actual stories they had planned for those people in the first place.
Really?
A little bit. This movie, when it comes out in 2038, will be amazing.
Yeah, Channing Tatum is not going to be suitable, is he?
No, not by that stage. And I still am up in the air as to whether he is.
Hey, talking about people that aren't suitable for roles.
Yes. I know exactly where you're going with this.
Tyrese Gibson. Oh my God.
Okay. Tyrese Gibson has been pushing for the role of Jon Stewart's Green Lantern for the longest time.
For fucking ever.
Forever. And if the movie, no. I actually don't have anything to say other than no.
Green Lantern is too cool of a character that has already been fucked up once.
Yeah.
Let's not do it again.
Tyrese Gibson is probably a really cool dude.
Yeah.
I guarantee that. He's super cool in real life. He's not the best actor. It has to go to Idris Elba. I'm sorry. And I don't care about the whole Heimdall Thor thing.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Everybody's crossed over and done everything. Let's get Idris Elba. # Idris Elba for Jon Stewart. See if that makes a difference. Tyrese, stop it, man.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Just go back to driving cars.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, bit of a light news week this week. So.
Yeah, again, heavily dominated by Batman vs Superman.
And you got to expect that at least for another 1 to 2 weeks, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think for the most part, we've probably spoken about that enough.
Yeah.
I think we'll move on with our lives.
I'll never move on.
But yeah, how about we continue on to the weekly wrap? All right, so like I said, that's going to bring us to the weekly wrap, starting off, as we always do, with The Walking Dead. But from this episode on, we're going to do things a little differently. So, we know you guys have seen the shows already. You don't need us to give you a play-by-play on each and every episode. What we're going to do instead is probably give it a little recap, break down the good, break down the bad, and break down some stuff that you might have missed.
This week, we see the fallout of Carol going AWOL. Dell goes off on a revenge mission, and 90% of everyone decides to leave the complex.
Again.
These
Always.
fucking idiots.
Stop it. Stop leaving the complex unattended.
Yes.
You can't have Rick and Morgan and Daryl and who else left?
Michonne.
Glenn, Michonne. All the main people, the best fighters that they have, bar save Abraham and Rosita and Sasha, leaving the complex. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, these guys are just being fucking stupid.
Very. But anyway, look, the one thing that I want to focus on this week is Carol. So she has shown some weaknesses in her character, I guess, over the last sort of couple of weeks. Whether they're building to something or they're not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But she showed once again that if you push her, she will fuck your shit up, man.
Yeah, she's on this journey of, what is it?
Rediscovery?
Yeah, I guess
like
so.
How Carol got her groove back?
Yeah.
Something like that.
But yeah, she'll get pushed to a point.
Yep.
And she'll take care of business.
Yeah, as she did by hiding some sort of like
Uzi upper
something
arm.
up her sleeve.
Yeah.
Got tricks up your sleeve? Nah, just got an Uzi. And she shoots the shit out of everybody, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then she kind of disappears because we see Rick and Morgan, who leave to go find her. They rock up and she's gone and they don't know whether she's dead. And look, it takes the whole episode. You still don't know. Or where is she? What has she done? Who knows?
Yeah, that's it.
We'll find out.
What'd you think of Morgan this episode?
Oh, my man Morgan. Let me tell you something. Once upon a time, I really liked this character, but this holier than thou, sanctimonious, life is so precious thing is really getting to me. And there's a point in the show where he actually pulls Rick aside and he explains why he let the wolf, why he let that wolf guy live, and and his whole argument was, oh look, man, I let this wolf guy live, and then he kidnapped Denise, but then they got surrounded, and Denise was probably going to die, but this guy saved her, man. It's like he changed, and it's like, well, fair enough, but
but this wouldn't happen if you didn't bring him in.
Yeah. If you hadn't have actually saved him at all, Denise never would have been put in a position where she needed to be saved, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not crazy, am I? Right. And second to that is how many of your colleagues, well, not colleagues, they don't work together,
no,
but how many of your neighbors, as it were, did he massacre before you put him in a cell?
Yeah.
And gave him this chance to redeem himself, which he actually didn't really do.
No, not at all.
In my opinion.
No. And the thing is he valuing other people's lives more than his co-inhabitants?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, it seems that there is no. It's not a whole all life is sacred sort of thing, is it? Because you're endangering the people that you.
That's exactly it.
That you supposedly care about more than anybody. I think this is where Rick and him differ in the sense that, if you come after Rick's family, as it were,
yep,
Rick will shoot you dead in the face and he won't even blink.
No.
And it's because of how much he cares for them.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think if you haven't... I've never been in a zombie apocalypse, so I don't, pretend to be...
the expert.
But if you put yourself... in a position in this type of environment where you just refuse to kill, that's going to come back and bite you, literally.
Yes.
At some point.
Very clever.
I know.
You know what wasn't clever?
What?
What they did with Daryl.
Oh.
Him getting shot. I know this might be lazy writing, but I feel like this is a Glenn rehash from earlier on.
Definitely.
Why do this shit?
I don't know. Like, I honestly don't. Like, there is no way that they could possibly think that we're stupid enough to believe that they just killed Daryl.
Yeah.
Right? So, where that's headed, I don't know. Right? It makes no sense to me, and I don't know why they would even bother with it.
Yeah.
You can't leave that as a cliffhanger, because we know 100% you did not just kill Daryl.
That's right.
Unless the finale opens with Daryl's cold corpse on the ground with a bullet in the head.
Yep.
Then, I'll apologize to the showrunners, but that's not going to happen.
No.
He's too big a character to do that to.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
why do that to us? What is the point of that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just lazy writing.
Yeah.
Is this how you build up the tension for the finale next week?
I don't know. Is it a sleight of hand kind of thing? Like, is it making you think of something so they can actually like hit you with something else? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess what it does do, and this is a good thing, is it really, the whole thing, the whole, Daryl, Glenn, Michonne, all that being captured leads to, like, it builds to the finale. And importantly, like, it's very important to note now that Glenn has actually been captured by Dwight and the Saviors.
Yeah.
So there is every chance now that it could flip back.
And he is the one who's going to get killed.
Yeah, and he is the one that's going to get killed when Negan introduces himself to the group. Do I still think that's going to happen? No.
Yeah, Carol's still wandering about somewhere.
Exactly.
We have no idea what's happened to her.
I guarantee you, like, the finale's next week, so we may as well start doing this type of thing. I guarantee you that she gets captured. That's the next time they see her.
Yep.
Negan puts a bat to her head.
You know what? I have a really bad feeling.
Yep.
The way this episode was written.
Yeah.
Do you remember Terminus?
Yeah.
This is feeling eerily close to that.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see where you're going.
How, she was kind of like a Rambo woman.
Yeah.
Because she went out on her own then.
Well, she saved them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fuck. I didn't like that storyline at all.
No. We'll see how it plays out. There's only one episode left.
Yeah.
And apparently, from all reports, this is the best thing you'll ever see on TV in your life ever.
Really?
Yeah. Better than the MASH finale.
Oh, you love that MASH.
Oh, mate. Rating? Or do you have any other thoughts or anything you want to throw out there for this one in particular?
No. I'm going
it's very run of the mill.
Yeah. I'm going to save it for next week. I thought this episode was just a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm giving it?
What?
I'm going to give it 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Tantrum runaways.
2 out of 5 tantrum runaways.
Yeah.
Eh?
Worst episode of The Walking Dead in a long time.
For a while, yeah. I'll give you that. Yeah. Okay. I'll half up you.
Yeah?
2.5.
Wow, you were generous.
Yeah. It didn't really do much, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on then.
Yeah, Supergirl.
Supergirl. So it's superhero team-up week, basically, as Barry Allen, a.k.a. The Flash, as if you didn't already know who that is, makes his way to National City to help Kara take down Livewire and Banshee. So this episode, man, Barry Allen, so it's good, right?
Has to be.
Has to be. Not a thing could possibly go wrong, because Barry Allen is cool as shit, he's The Flash, and he's in National City. Right?
Right.
Wrong.
Another case of lazy writing when you have the best opportunity to push Supergirl to everyone.
Yeah.
Apart from 14-year-old girls.
Yeah, exactly. This was the one, and let me start off by saying that it did actually boost this show's rating by like 30%.
Did it really?
Yeah, something like
Wow.
that. Like it always was going to. There's no way you could bring one of the most popular characters in there and not have it have a massive boost. One thing I will say though is that I did enjoy Barry's chemistry with Kara.
Yeah?
I thought that was really good. I thought they played off each other pretty well. I thought it suited his character a bit. Like she played off his well.
Yeah, they're quite quirky together.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think she was just excited to have like Grant Gustin on the show, like just as the Flash character, because it just looked like everybody was happy.
Yeah.
That, and the show kind of played out like that. It was a bit fun and all that sort of stuff with him like, oh, how are you, the Flash? Oh, you're that fast. And then he goes out and gets some ice cream and all that sort of stuff. It was cool, whatever. But
Can I hit you with a rebuttal?
of course you can.
Yes.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
But I feel like this shows how shit enforced her chemistry is with everybody else.
Yes.
And, we've covered it in earlier episodes where we say there's nothing but forced drama in this show.
Yeah.
And this clearly shows that.
You get the occasional night episode. You get the occasional like moment of feels like with her sister, and things like that. Like there are bits and pieces where you go, okay, so the writing is actually good, and like the chemistry between the actors is good. But let's look at her chemistry with James Olsen.
Yep.
Right. It's terrible, and that's supposed to be her main love interest.
Yeah.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're going to say fucked.
Yes.
You can say it. It's fine. It is fucked because this is supposed to be like, this is the Ross and Rachel, like from Friends. Like these are the two that we're like supposed to be rooting for to get together.
Yeah, that's it.
But I couldn't actually give a shit.
I wouldn't even care if Jimmy Olsen left the show.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Exactly. What's he offering?
Nothing. As do most of the other characters on the show currently. Right now, apart from Kara, Melissa Benoist. I think she's cute.
Yeah.
I think she's likable.
Yep.
I think she plays the strong but vulnerable really well. I think she's a really good casting choice for Supergirl.
Yeah. Well, for this version of Supergirl.
Fair. And where they want this show to go. But I'll be honest with you, her and the occasional sort of 15 to 20 seconds of the Martian Manhunter that you occasionally see, they're probably the only reasons why I'm sort of being drawn back into the show week after week.
Well,
I don't have to watch it.
I'll give you the reasons I'm still watching this show.
Okay.
Martian Manhunter.
Yep. Did you say Martian Manhunter?
No, Martian.
Oh, Martian.
And Dean Cain.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to play a bigger part, hopefully.
Yeah. Has to.
So Dean Cain's cool. We'll see if he comes back for more. One thing the show does really, really bad, and it shows up very, very strongly in this episode. Weak villains.
Oh.
And not that the villains aren't powerful. That's not what I mean. They just lack depth.
Yes.
Right? So this week it was Livewire and Banshee. And to try to find the words, right? Basically, these are just two pissed off ex-employees.
Yeah.
That are just like angry at their old boss and her assistant.
Well, you know what, like spoiled the bad guys for me?
What?
Was you need a makeover.
Oh my god.
Fuck, how terrible
Oh my
is that?
god. And then her makeover is terrible.
Oh, that
it's
is-
not how I would have done it.
No, that is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's yeah. But it's a problem with the show.
Yeah.
The villains do like they lack the depth. The story this week in itself, like it should have been so good. Like Barry Allen is here and nothing could
Yeah.
possibly go wrong, right? We said it, but the plot made no sense.
Yeah.
Right? It was a nothing storyline.
Yeah, there was nothing that really involved Barry Allen apart from him saying, don't rush into your fights.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay, and can I just say this? Barry Allen got his ass kicked twice and didn't actually do a thing or contribute anything.
Exactly.
Right?
What poor use of this character.
Exactly my point. Like, this should have been brilliant, but it was a bit of a letdown. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, it was a fun episode and it had its moments. I'd put it up there with one of the better episodes of the show, but for me, that's still falling, which was the Red Kryptonite episode.
Yeah.
That's still easily the best.
Yeah.
This for me, yeah, unfortunately, just a little bit lackluster. Didn't have the story. You've got to get yourself some better villains, or we might be finding another show to review week in and week out.
This is falling down near Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. level for me.
Well, realistically, we should be. Anyway.
Yeah.
Look, we won't go on too much about it. It did have some cool things. I thought it was cool that Flash got to bring his own music to the show.
Yeah.
Which was cool. I thought it was very cool that Kat, when she first met Barry Allen and they were talking about the Flash, she wanted to call him the Blur.
Yeah, very Smallville.
Very Smallville. I also thought... okay, this is going to be hard to talk about because we're going to talk about it a little bit more when we talk about Flash. But he has the tachyon harness.
Yeah.
Right?
It's these shows aren't in sync.
No.
And that's...
It could be a, oh, cool, Flash has got the tachyon harness. How did he get that?
Yeah.
And then you wait and see what happens in the Flash, but it shouldn't be. It would make so much more sense if this episode came out the week after this week's episode of The Flash, which
Yeah.
we'll get to.
Yeah.
And we'll explain that further, but, that for me was a bit of a what?
Yeah, I know why it's happened because they're on two different networks and that's not going to line up.
So you reckon, like, Supergirl was written, well before...
Yeah.
Like the Flash or something like that. So
Yeah.
they'd already sort of like pre-planned that out.
Yeah, or the Flash was already recorded what they've done and, they got to follow their schedule
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they sync up with Arrow and,
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
Legends of Tomorrow.
But in my opinion, they fucked up. I'll put it out
yeah,
there.
well, the whole thing, like we said about 1,000 times already, it's just a big missed opportunity.
Yeah. And that might be part of the reason why the show hasn't yet been picked up for a season 2.
Really?
Yes. So it's very late, isn't it? That was like episode 18 or something.
18, I think.
18. So
What, they got 4 episodes to go?
I think you're pushing it. But cool though, and we'll finish on this. If they do, there are rumors though that she will visit Smallville, which is super cool, and they may introduce Superboy, which would be awesome.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, actually, that'll be really cool.
Yeah.
Especially if they do like the bad version of him.
Yeah. Endless possibilities that they could possibly fuck up.
Yes,
Right.
true.
Okay, I am going to rate this show. I'm going to give it 3.5 Banshee whales, and I know that sounds high based on the review I just gave it, but it had Barry Allen in it, and there were some funny, cool points. Overall, it was a bit of a letdown, but I'm going to rate it that high because in comparison with the rest of the season, it's up there.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 3, and just solely for the fact that, like you, it has Barry Allen, and just the way that the chemistry that he had with Kara made it good.
Yeah.
I found myself smiling at the episode when those two were together.
Yeah, me too.
Everything else, I was just like...
Yeah, it was fun. They were cute. Like,
Yeah.
It could have... I don't want to keep talking about it. It could have been so much better.
Wait, can I say one more thing that I hated about
go
this?
Go on, then.
Supergirl and Barry Allen couldn't beat these two D-grade villains. But you know who could?
Who?
The
Fire Department.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It should have been a touching moment.
All right, let's leave that.
All right.
Let's move to Gotham.
Okay, Gotham. So this week, Gotham focuses primarily on Jim Gordon and the Penguin. Jim Gordon's time in jail. So it turns more into a prison drama than a comic book adaptation, as it were.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Can I just say what I loved about this episode?
What?
There's no Bruce Wayne.
Oh, man. Can you give that kid a break?
No.
Oh, he punched someone in the face last week.
So?
Yeah. Whatever. All right. That's fair. That's fair. So no Bruce Wayne. So you enjoyed that.
Sorry.
No, you go.
But it also had a change of pace, which is good.
Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed that. I thought it was, to take us away from, trying to focus primarily on building this villain or this villain or this villain or this villain or this villain, because it is like a Wrath of the Villains this season or whatever. But I think it was just a good change of pace. Some points were done very well. Like I do enjoy, and not everybody does, mind you, from the things that I've been reading on the internet. But I do enjoy Ben McKenzie's take on Jim Gordon.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I think he's very, very stoic. Not even the news that Lee had lost their baby really sort of, like, it obviously rattled him, but he didn't show a great deal of emotion or anything like that.
Do you think he really did?
What?
Like, do you think they've really lost the baby? Because that's kind of a big thing, and it was kind of just brushed over quite quickly.
Well, maybe. Maybe she just wants him to think that they have, to make his time easier so he doesn't think he has a child that's growing up. Is that where you're going with it?
Yeah, like, I don't know what the whole point of it was, because, it was just simply, oh, by the way, this happened.
And it was Bullock who told him. It wasn't in Lee or in a letter or anything like that. It was kind of like, oh, man, I didn't want to tell you this, but hey, this happened. I don't actually know where Lee is, but I do know that she has lost her baby.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, probably could have asked a few more questions, like how did you hear this? Who did you hear it from?
What happened?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
Yeah, well, no, he did ask that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's nice of him. Look, while it was a good change of pace, the thing that this episode did, unfortunately, is that it was very, very cliched. So as far as the whole prison drama sort of scape goes, we had every single prison cliche that you could ever have from any movie that you've ever seen,
Yeah.
In this thing. You had the evil warden.
Yes.
Which is, you had the lovable sort of young guy that probably doesn't deserve to be in jail that ends up getting killed to add more motivation.
That wasn't needed at all.
No.
At all.
No, I don't really see what the point of that was. Maybe if the kid had survived and had have added something in later on down the track. But for this thing in particular, it didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, the only thing that I think it maybe did is like grounded Jim Gordon to his being nice still.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he was kind of, maybe he needed that to sort of say, you know what, choose life, which is what they were talking about in the thing. So who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, they did it. That's fine. Yeah. There were some good points, don't get me wrong. Now, while I didn't really get into Penguin's story this week, I think what I did like is Paul Rubens, right? Paul Rubens. Who's Paul Rubens, man? Paul Rubens is Pee Wee Herman. And when I asked you last week if Pee Wee Herman had a real name, you told me that Pee Wee Herman was his real name, and I believed you. And I knew differently in my head. Anyway,
you're a sucker, man.
Whatever. But anyway, look, and by the end of the episode, unfortunately, it seems like they kill off Paul Rubens' character as the Penguin's dad. But I really liked what he was doing, like what he was bringing to it. I thought it could have been quirky and cool somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But because they didn't give it the opportunity to grow. It was very, very he met him at the end of last episode. And by this episode, the whole thing's over.
Yeah.
And I know they killed him off, or I'm assuming they killed him off as a way to bring the Penguin back probably to his evil side.
Yeah. Well, I guess you kind of need to go into like a tiny bit of how he died is his wife and her children poisoned him.
Yeah. Well, they didn't poison him. They were trying to poison the Penguin.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want... Because he was very sick and they didn't want him to die and change his will and give it all to Penguin. But doesn't it make sense then, right? Now, I'm not a murderer. I don't know how this stuff works. But doesn't it make sense that you would just poison the old man anyway?
Yes.
Before he changes his will, right? So exactly what you did is perfect.
Yes.
It didn't have to be an accident.
That's right. No, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not crazy. Because to me, that was just a glaring, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, why, you know... Carmine Falcone's back. Or Falcone.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
That was a surprise. I think it's cool. I like the character.
Yep.
One of the more likable characters on the show
Very
as far as the bad
charismatic.
guys go. Yeah, very charismatic. I hope it's not just a one-off, like, oh, here I am, now I'm gone.
Yeah.
Because I know he does have to be in hiding or whatever. But maybe with Jim Gordon going into hiding, now that he's broken out of prison, maybe that's... Like, maybe they'll play off each other.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, it'll be good.
So we'll see how that goes, because I think that's cool. Look, overall, the episode was okay. It wasn't one of their best ones, but it wasn't one of their worst by any stretch of the
Moved
imagination.
a little bit slow.
Yeah. A little bit of a snail's pace. Realistically, when you think about it, everything that happened could have been done in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And they could have moved on with the story.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how much extra it added to it. But it did give us, I guess, a little bit more insight into Jim Gordon as a character. Probably one of the first episodes where it's primarily focused just on him.
Yeah. Can I just point out a few things in this episode that I don't know if you noticed. Well, you'd notice this, but the tough guy from the jail, he's pretty small.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Gordon could just take care of that guy.
Yeah, but he's trying not to.
No, but it doesn't matter.
No, but because he knows that, like, you know, because the
He's
warden's
already
already
got
out to get
40.
him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you got 40, why not make it 50?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not make it 60?
Yeah.
Like, it's detention.
Yeah, that's exactly it, you know.
Don't you push me, young man. But yeah, you know, yes, you're right. He probably definitely could have taken him. He's taken out a lot bigger, badder people on the outside.
Yeah.
But, you know, it had to play out the way it played out.
Yeah, but look, I understand. But I think in a real world scenario, if you're in there for 40, take care of yourself.
Yeah. Well, especially when he's making no attempt to clear his own name.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to give it 3 prison shanks to the ribs.
Oh.
3 for me is like, it's an average.
Yeah, no, you know, I was going to give it 2.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it 3.
3
You've
full-on
shanked
solid.
me.
I've shanked you into giving it 3.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for agreeing with me. Anything else for that one? Should we move on?
I just want to make one reference. Now, we're going to talk about Daredevil a little bit later on.
Yeah.
You know the jail?
Yeah.
I think these are shot in the same jail.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, actually,
Like,
yeah.
you think about the yard?
Yeah.
I swear it's the same yard. You see the same dumbbells up against the wall?
Oh, because that's not in every prison ever.
No, but they're identical.
I'll tell you what, I'll look into it.
All right.
I will let you know by next week whether they're shot in the same location.
Yeah.
Could be the same studio, who knows?
Yeah, it could be.
All right. The Flash.
The Flash.
Le Flash.
Yes,
in
well,
France.
The Flash and Friends. Yeah, well, Barry goes back in time into, I guess, in an attempt to unlock the secrets from the Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the secrets of running faster.
Yes, sorry.
Just secrets. Just in general.
Because he's working out the... Help me out here.
The speed equation.
Yeah, speed equation. Wow. I'm all over it.
All right, I'm never letting you intro a show again.
Sorry, I just got so excited. I was just thinking about everything that happened.
Yeah, no, it was a very eventful episode. But yeah, basically he goes back in time to unlock the secrets of running faster, because he's realizing that everybody else, as we said last week, everybody else is faster than him.
Yeah.
And I think Caitlin Snow even makes the reference, like, what if you're not faster? Like, what if they're all faster than you because you're just not fast enough?
Yeah, like, what if you've reached your limit?
Yeah, like, physically you can't run any faster.
Yeah, that was just like, oh, damn, bitch.
Yeah, it's just like, just shank me when I'm down.
Yeah.
But overall, like, this was a really good episode, and I don't normally like episodes that reference, where they pull villains that they've already used and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like when they rehash that sort of stuff, which they've done in this episode with the Pied Piper. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good episode.
A really clever way of doing it.
Really clever way of doing it. Yeah, like these episodes are tackled in a number of different ways, normally poorly, but this one was done really well.
Yep.
I thought it was really good that we got to see the Reverse Flash again, or Harrison Wells as the Reverse Flash.
Yep.
I thought it was really good that we got to see Eddie Thawne again.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Brought the feels out.
All the feels. Had a bit of a little tear drop. I will throw this out at you, though.
Yes.
Did you know that he's an Aussie?
No, I didn't.
Because I did not either until this very day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Turns out, well, he was born in Zimbabwe, but is an Australian-raised actor.
There you go.
There you go.
The more
We're
you
basically
know.
cousins.
Surely.
Surely. But I thought that was cool. Anyway, so the show was overall really well done, but I'll tell you what wasn't.
Oh, I bet I know what this is.
Well, what do you think it is?
Is it when he first goes back, sees himself, and then starts fighting himself on the staircase, and you see the shittest bit of CGI I've seen on TV in a long time.
Les shittest.
Les shittest.
Honestly, it was very, very poorly done. And you see it again sort of later in the episode as well, when he's running in whatever that thing is. I can never remember the name of it, but where he has to basically open up the time thing.
Oh, yeah.
Science words.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff. But you see it again where he's basically running away from the Wraith and going back to his own time. And past Barry helps future Barry, basically by kicking the Wraith and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, my point is the CGI there was terrible as well. And this show has had some pretty bad CGI.
It has.
But this is definitely the worst.
Yeah, and I reckon it's like that because they've spent a large amount of their CGI budget on the King Shark episode.
Yeah, because that was actually pretty well done.
Yeah.
There were like bits and pieces that were kind of like, meh. But for the most part, I thought that was really well done. And this show usually gets it spot on. But yeah, you're right. Maybe they ran out of money. Who knows? But it was very, very poor, in my opinion.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Didn't affect the episode, but I was just like, damn, that was shit.
If you're going to bring a bad point, to something, why not?
Yeah.
I personally, though, loved the way that Barry handled himself when the Reverse Flash, a.k.a. past Harrison Wells, a.k.a. Earth 1 Harrison Wells, a.k.a.
Kendrick
Thorne, Kendrick Lamar, revealed himself to him. But I love the way that it showed, and this is testament, I guess, to Grant Gustin as an actor, but it showed the way that he had obviously grown, and he kind of had a whole, like he wasn't scared. I've beaten you before.
Yep.
I'll do it again. It was kind of really cool how they played off that.
Yeah, it is, but it almost bit him in the ass.
Because he was
too cocky.
Overly confident.
Yeah. He's like, if you're here, you've beaten me.
Yeah. Hang on. No, hang on.
No. I swear you've beaten me.
Yeah. Look, he was chasing his tail a little bit, but it just showed like he had a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
Old Barry would have crapped his pants.
Oh, definitely.
So then I guess let's talk about the tachyon harness now. So
yeah, the one that we just spoke about in Supergirl.
Yeah. So this is basically Harrison Wells's whole. This is how you get faster. Tachyon enhancement.
Yeah.
So he gives the little USB stick.
The future USB.
The future USB stick.
The Gideon stick.
Yeah. The GSB.
Yeah, the GSB.
Yeah, we'll call it that. So he gives that to Barry, and basically it tells them all that, like everything they need to know. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But effectively he realizes that he has to use the tachyon harness. Why wasn't this done before we saw it in Supergirl? I will never know. We spoke about it a little bit as to why it might have happened. It just ruined it a bit for me because that was such a big reveal.
Yep.
That was kind of ruined because we had already seen it in Supergirl.
Yeah.
Like, it could have been so much cooler if you had have just played it right. Right?
Right. No, I agree. It's just poor timing.
Poor execution on behalf of the two crossing over studios.
Come on, guys.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
What else you got? What do you got for this?
It's going on break.
Again. Why?
I don't get it. Why did they tease me?
It went on break. It came back for 2 weeks, and it's going on break again.
Yes.
Like three weeks or something, I think.
And the CW is dropping all these trailers for the upcoming episode.
Yes.
Man,
I know it's going to be a big episode. Like, I
Yeah.
understand that. And, you know, we're getting very close to Kevin Smith's episode, which will be massive.
Yep.
We're also getting very, very, very close to the finale. But, come on, man.
yeah.
Stop making us, like, have to fill in the gaps on our show.
I know. And, you know, we spoke about it last episode. We're addicted to trailers.
Right. We can't stop watching them.
Don't tease us. and
You'll ruin it for
and
everyone.
I don't get the scheduling. Like, why do they come
Yeah.
back for a week, go
I don't
away?
know.
And what is it? Did you say, like, they're going away for 3 weeks?
Yeah, possibly 3 weeks, I think.
I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Nothing to do with the show. Nothing to do with anything like that. The show's great and I love it. But that's, you know, why.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's the network. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Just play it all.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I want to end this on a positive, though.
Okay.
Can I end this on a positive?
Yeah.
Because this show was pretty good. Like, I really like this episode. Positive for me, though, as always, is Cisco, man.
Yeah.
I love that kid.
Yep.
Like, for me, he's very much a scene stealer.
Oh, definitely.
Pretty much in, you know, wherever he pops up.
Yeah.
Whether it's about, you know, asking how hot like a villain was.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if it's the pop culture references or like all that sort of stuff. He is probably, out of all the shows that we review, one of my overall favorite characters.
Yes.
And he doesn't even really have like a big thing to do in the comic books. But as far as the TV shows go, tops.
Yeah.
Tops for me.
Yes, very tops.
Anything else? I did like the fact they played some Rick Astley.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yes. Well, just to let you know, I'm never going to give up on this show.
Okay. Never going to let it down?
Never.
Never going to turn around?
Or desert it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right.
Okay. What do you
Back on
think?
track. What'd you give it?
3.5, pushing 4. Pushing 4.
3.75?
3.75 recurring.
I don't think it works like that.
No, I don't think it does either, but still. Well, how about you, sir?
I'll give it 3.5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just nudging me up, like on each
Well,
one.
yeah. I'm just trying to like...
It's not a competition, Troy.
Or is it?
Is it? Oh, it's a 10. I gave it 10 then.
Oh, I gave it 40 out of 5.
You're a fucking dickhead then.
Anyway, 3.5 for me.
Yeah.
3.5 for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. Arrow.
Arrow. Oh my God, Arrow.
Arrow.
Seriously, guys. Seriously. Stop
Seriously.
recycling the shittest villains from your shows.
Yes. Now, I know that this was technically a villain from The Flash, right?
Yeah.
But this is 2 weeks in a row now where we've had Cupid and now we've had the Bug-Eyed Bandit, which, you know, out of all the people that you could pick to bring back, why?
Yeah.
Like, and really, the way the story plays out, it doesn't even matter.
No.
Like, at all, does it?
No. It's just another weak episode by the writers.
Okay, I'll call you on that in the sense of I actually thought in parts the writing was really good. I will clarify that by saying that it's a lot more of a fun episode.
Yes,
and Arrow
yes.
is not normally known for that. And I think it was a good change, and I think it actually, you know, we got to see a little bit more fun in a normally dark Star City.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, that actually makes me think. I wonder if they had guest writers on this.
Maybe.
That might be worth looking at.
Okay.
Yeah, because this was so out of character for what this show has been this season. So
Yeah. Led by Curtis Holt.
yes.
Who stumbled across the quiver or the arrow cave or the bunker or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, actually they called it the bunker.
They called it the bunker, yeah. So, you know, stumbled upon it and, you know, is basically the replacement Felicity.
Hey, before I let you get started, how come he has not got any security upstairs?
Well, because now it's just an empty shell because he's no longer running for mayor.
Oh, surely he has a lease that he still has to abide to.
Realistically, they should probably move locations or put some sort of front up there because, it's just really weird that everybody is constantly going into this empty shop.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. You've got a good point. You make a fine point, sir.
Yes, thank you. I can rage on this for forever.
Yeah.
You know, put a code on your door, do something.
Put a digilock.
Yeah.
How hard is it to get a digilock and just put it on there and just have to punch some numbers in?
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's a small oversight. I did enjoy the fact though that Curtis Holt got to join the team, and effectively, as I think Diggle put it, like a male or a more dude version of Felicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually like him more than Felicity.
Me too.
A lot more.
Yeah. Felicity has to, and she might, like, you don't know, like her character will grow now.
Yeah.
Or, it'll have a different story, hopefully, or whatever. Maybe it's time for that to happen.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think she needs to slowly make her way out the door.
Not of the show entirely. You don't mean that, do you?
No. But like out of like the whole Arrow involvement.
Yeah.
Directly.
Directly.
Yeah.
She'll obviously be heavily involved in the show and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to phase her out of the team and bring Curtis in.
Yes.
It's a whole different dynamic, even though the character is essentially just a dude version of her.
Yeah.
But it's cool. It's fun. He was quirky. Like he fainted when he first saw everybody.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a fanboying out hard, like you and I probably would if we, if the same thing happened to us.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was cool. What was not cool is the rehash of this bug-eyed bandit. They didn't give it a story.
No.
They, basically she's got a tumor wrapped around her spine and she wants the same implant that Felicity's got. Really? Really? That's the best you could do?
Yeah, it's shit. That's bad writing.
Yep.
Probably by a comedy writer who
Maybe.
doesn't know how to write drama.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But the worse than that, and worse than the lack of story, and worse than all of this sort of thing, is the continuous drumming of B puns. My God, man!
Fuck.
By the end of it, I was ready to. What do bees do? Sting someone and kill themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was ready to give it all up. Let me tell you.
And they even made reference to like every time they said a bee pun, like don't mind the pun.
Don't mind the pun. And it's like, well, I do mind the pun.
Yeah, so
stop the fucking pun.
Yeah, cut it out now. I'm sick of this shit.
You don't have to keep doing it.
I get the idea. There's fucking bees.
Yes. And you can say any word on the planet and fit it in there somehow.
Yeah.
But honestly, by the end of it, it was really starting to sting.
Oh. See ya. I'm out of here.
All right. And I'll be finishing the show by myself. But yeah, look, honestly, it was terrible, wasn't it?
It was.
So why they did that, I don't know. Why they use that, I don't know. But can I say this? Can I ask you this question?
Yes.
Right. If you...
Well, wait. Can you?
I know how to.
Okay. Yes.
I'm asking for permission.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So if you are a notorious computer hacker, right, and you have been put in jail for crimes that involve computer hacking and all this sort of stuff, why then is the prison giving you unmonitored computer time at all?
Like I said, there has to be a comedy writer because the drama's shit.
It made no sense. Like, honestly, why would you give somebody with that known skill unlimited access to a computer with an internet connection? You know what you can find on that thing?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
You just type in www.
Mate, you don't need the W's anymore.
But it's crazy. It's crazy that they would do that.
Yeah. It's fucking stupid.
Okay, but
just poor writing again.
Okay, you're probably right. You can't just blame the writers for everything, by the way.
No, I'm not. Because we did see something good in this episode in the sense of Damien Dark.
Yeah.
You got to see a little bit more into the man without powers now.
Yes. Still got his ass kicked initially in prison.
Yeah.
Because he don't have no magic.
But he did play it cool.
Yes, he did play it. He did play it very cool.
He's like, oh, so you want my autograph? I thought that was quite good.
No, he was. He was very, very confident, very cocky.
Yeah.
For a guy that's just been effectively booted out of Hive.
Yeah.
We see another old villain show up in Murmur.
Yes.
That's the guy with his lips sewn shut. If you don't know who I'm talking about, he was from season 3, I think. How that's going to play out, I don't know. But obviously, Murmur has some sort of connections with another group, as Damien Dark alluded to.
Yes.
Now you can make the phone call to your other.
Yes.
Yeah. So, is he going to team up with someone else to try to take on Hive, to take on Team Arrow? Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's cool. Not cool is the fact that he still has Andy Diggle in his pocket.
Yeah.
Does that matter?
I don't know. Do you think he's trying to be an inside man?
Yes. To me, that's the only way it matters, because they haven't built this character to be anything else but a bad guy, right? So he did one good thing, which was help Diggle and his wife get out of where they were. They were with
that person.
I'm just
and
waving my
thing.
hand around, like trying to think of the word. But they were with Amanda Waller.
Oh yes, that's right.
You
Yeah,
with me? Yeah. So
Hive took over the base. Yeah.
Oh my god, we got it out.
Yeah. We're the best.
Totally the best, you guys. We're so researched. So that's pretty much the only good thing that he's done. They've never tried to build him up to be anything more than a bad guy. So it makes no sense that he would still be a bad guy, because it's kind of like, well, who cares? Yeah. Like, we know Andy Diggle's bad. Like, that's not a big reveal.
Yeah.
You can't put that at the end of an episode and make us go, oh, what?
Well, you know what? To be fair, I did go, what?
Did you?
Yeah, a little bit. Because you have to remember that he's actually living with Diggle and his wife.
What?
And his child.
Oh, scandal. Okay, I did forget that technically.
Yeah. So does that make you change your mind a little bit? Like, now are you like, oh.
No.
No?
Because I think there will be some heroic motivations behind it.
Yeah, so do I. I think he's just trying to double cross.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know that he's, and I'm doing air quotes here, turned good.
Yeah.
Turned up.
Turned. Okay, let's move on. When you start like using those references, we'll move on.
Okay. I want to whinge about something.
Oh, like you haven't done enough already. Go on.
The flashbacks. Fuck them off.
Oh my god. Stop it. Right? There is no need for it.
Yeah. Oh, I was so done with these 2 seasons back.
Yeah, this whole Baron Rider story is going nowhere, right? And it doesn't matter how long you drag this out and how long you make what is effectively 30 seconds last an entire episode.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere, and it's not adding value to anything.
No, it's not.
So
it's just filling the space up in the show.
It doesn't make any sense.
No. And, we already know that Damien Dark gets this totem.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Yeah. We've seen him use it. We've seen the powers. It just makes no sense.
Yeah. The only thing it's done is show us that's where the totem came from. And I don't care.
Yeah, neither do I.
I know Damien Dark has powers.
Yeah.
I know he gets them from this totem. I don't give a shit where he got the totem from.
Just hurry up and bring back John Constantine.
Yes. Bring him back. Hashtag bring back John Constantine.
But seriously, it's well and truly played out.
Yeah.
And after the first season, it was played out, and they actually had to change Oliver Queen's script, because for the whole first season, he's like, for 5 years, I was trapped on an island and all this sort of stuff. And then at the end, it shows that he actually got taken by Amanda Waller to Hong Kong.
Yes.
Right? So yeah. And then in the next season, it was like, for 5 years, I was in hell. So you weren't on the island for 5 years, motherfucker.
Yeah, why are you lying?
Why are you lying? Why are you always lying? But seriously, it's they fucked it up enough to know that they had to change it.
Yeah.
So just stop it. Yeah. There's no point to it.
It's not adding to the story.
We know his background now.
Yeah.
We know enough of it. Let's focus on the present and the future. Right?
Yes.
Can we?
Can we please?
I did enjoy the pop culture references, all the movie references, and that they got to knock out.
Even Captain Lance got in on it.
He did. He got a little Independence Day one in there. There was Harry Potter. There was Alien.
Star Trek.
There was a Star
sorry.
Trek one. He just hit me, everyone. There's a Star Trek one. My personal favorite was when Felicity delivered the Die Hard one.
Yeah.
I love Die Hard. World's most favorite movie ever.
Christmas movie.
The best Christmas movie you'll ever see in your life. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a rating? Oh, did you have something else?
I know I've already whinged enough about it.
Yes,
All I was going to
you
say is this pretty much just revolves around Oliver's love life. This Arrow show.
Yeah, it does. You're right, it does.
You know?
Everybody who is not a relative is kind of like a love interest.
Yeah.
And you don't need to have that. You can have strong, independent female characters that don't have to revolve around Oliver Queen.
Yes.
Let's make that happen.
Oh. Okay, I'll finish on something strong.
Yes, go.
Diggle got a code name.
He's had that for ages.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay.
It's the first time I've actually
paid
heard
attention. So Spartan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had that for a while.
Has he? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Sorry, mate.
Well, this obviously just shows how much attention I'm paying to Arrow because it can't keep me interested, really.
You need to pay more attention. I'll hit you with a little bit of trivia. The Bug-Eyed Bandit is actually a real comic book character.
Yeah?
It's just a male.
Yes.
That's the only difference.
Yes.
It's a dude in the comics.
And he has these, like, big bug-eye glasses.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense,
Believe
given
it
his
or not.
name.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And and another little Easter egg, which I guess is not really an Easter egg, it just makes me feel happy.
Yeah.
Is they're saying Mr. Terrific a little bit more.
Yeah, or they're calling him terrific.
Yeah.
Or they're saying, oh, hey, that was terrific. Or he goes, terrific.
Yes.
Yeah, just hurry up and be Mr. Terrific already.
Yes, just do it.
We all want it.
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a rating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm, and this is being generous.
Yeah.
I'm giving it 3 scoops of honey.
Okay. I'll also give it 3. It was a poorly, not scripted. It was a poorly done episode in the sense of, with the rehashing of the villain and all that sort of stuff, which we did not need. Didn't draw the story anywhere. Didn't do anything, but it was fun, and I liked that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that about it, so I'll give it a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Now, next thing is DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Correct.
I actually haven't watched this one yet, so...
Oh, well, guess what I'm about to spoil for you, son.
Yes.
I hope you don't mind. Spoiler alert for you, sir.
Just me.
Just you. Everyone else has probably already seen it. Okay, are you sure? Do you want me to go ahead with it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to forget it anyway, so...
Oh, okay. I'm glad to know you pay attention
with
with
what we
we're
have
doing.
planned for later on.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Okay, so Legends of Tomorrow. So basically, still trapped in 1958, Ray, Kendra, and Sarah decide to move on with their lives, which leads to romance and a re-signing with a certain league. Meanwhile, everyone else is trying to figure out how to get back to their friends, and we learn the truth about Kronos, which is pretty cool. So I guess I have to do everything. No,
You do.
I can't even play off you with this.
I see your notes, but they mean nothing to me.
Okay, so look, this episode was a shit ton better than last week. Let me start off by saying that. And it's probably one of the better episodes, if not the best episode that the show has done so far. It gives me higher hopes for the show in the future. One thing that I don't like about this is that for me, nobody is buying Ray and Kendra's relationship. These two have about as much chemistry as a 5th grade science experiment.
Awesome.
Unless that's a lot, because I don't know chemistry. So it could be heaps. But I'm assuming it's not much because that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of chemistry. I don't think they needed to develop this, but they have, and it's going to continue, and we'll see how that goes. One thing that was cool is, this is the big spoiler.
Oh, wait, let me close my ears. Let me close my ear holes.
Mick Rory is back, and this guy is Kronos.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Look, it was pretty obvious the moment he spoke, really, wasn't it? His voice was
Don't ask me.
digitized. Oh, yeah, well, I'm kind of talking to the people out there, aren't I?
Oh, I guess
As
so.
I always do. But look, it's good. It's very good in the sense that I really like the Mick Rory character. I'm glad they brought him back. I'm glad they made him Kronos. Because, for me, like, Kronos was somebody who just showed up and didn't really do anything or add value or anything. He just kind of showed up when something needed to happen.
Yeah, it's something where I guess they kind of need to shoot off to the next point.
Yeah, exactly.
In time.
Where they had to like run off, and it's like, oh, someone's chasing us now. We have to go. But they've made him cool. It makes Mick's story a bit more cool. Like he's been sort of, he feels like he's been, I guess, betrayed by the team. But the team have accepted the fact that he's done that, and they are going to help to bring him around, similar to how people have done with Sarah and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's pretty nice. I have a few queries about time travel that I'm not going to worry about because, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is that if Mick was Kronos, was he Kronos when Kronos first came and Mick was still with the team? Like, was that Kronos still Mick?
Yeah.
Or was it a different Kronos? Is it a Kronos from an alternate timeline? I don't know.
Maybe, without seeing the episode, I'm throwing my judgment out.
Yep.
Maybe Kronos has gone to where he got abandoned, and maybe he's killed him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's really hard to say.
Yeah.
But this is something that this show will have to tread very carefully with, because time travel is notoriously tricky to write about before you start getting like massive plot holes.
Yeah, that's it.
So you've got to be very, very careful. So they will need to be careful with these sorts of things, because while it's cool, it could very quickly turn into be a massive, massive, massive plot hole.
Yep.
Ra's al Ghul is back.
Oh, cool.
And I thought that was very, very cool.
Yep.
Everything they did in the whole, like in Nanda Parbat was very cool. They had a final fight scene with Kronos, which was probably the best executed fight scene that the show has had. It's like they finally got themselves some real good fight choreographers. Everything worked out really well. It was very, very, very well done. And we got to see Talia al Ghul.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome.
As a 12-year-old kid.
I was going to say.
Yeah, or a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Let me throw this out to you, right? Because of Talia's connection with Bruce Wayne, or Batman, right?
Yeah.
And she's 10, and it's in 1960. Does that mean that Gotham, if it exists in the same universe, is set somewhere in the 60s?
Now, that's a good question.
Yeah,
now,
but they've got mobile phones.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Gotham.
Just
bug this whole thing up.
Yeah.
Is, Gotham's really interesting like that because it's kind of in this like timeless period.
Yeah.
Where they, like you said, they got the mobile phones, but they type on typewriters.
Yeah, like it looks very old school.
Yeah.
It looks like it's probably set in the 80s, which would make more sense. But
I would more say the 60s. It's very Art Deco.
Well, whatever Art Deco is.
You're so uncultured.
I am. But the mobile phones that they have are too new to be that old, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they don't have brick Nokias or anything like that. Like they've got flip phones and things like that.
You know what? I'm going to say I think if these shows, let's say they are connected, and I'm reaching here.
Yeah.
You know how Earth 2 is very Art Deco?
Yes.
In The Flash?
So Gotham could be Earth 2's Gotham.
Well, no, not quite, because they have TV screens that are flat panels and all that. I reckon maybe, and hypothetically, Kara's from Earth 3.
Yeah.
Maybe they're from, say, Earth 4.
Where everything is in that middle gap.
Yeah.
Okay, who knows? Probably makes no difference to anything. We're just trying to pull things together and make things happen. But that's a very interesting theory. It could be Earth 4. There was talk, actually, and this is going off track from Arrow, or DC's Legends of Tomorrow, sorry. See, I'm even going off track. But there was talk that the Flash might make an appearance in Gotham.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
in a similar sort of way that he did with Supergirl.
That would be awesome.
Whether they actually do that or not, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
very different character for that show, let me tell you.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah. Getting back to Legends of Tomorrow, right? So this episode was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And yes, they ended up in Nanda Parbat because that's where Sarah went to rejoin the League of Assassins. But I have to say this, man, is Nanda Parbat on Google Maps or something? Because everybody can find it. The League of Assassins headquarters just must pop up with one of those little things, and it's right here. As an information, it's there's your petrol station, there's your, there's your friggin'
there's
whatever.
your assassin school.
Yeah, there's your League of Assassins. That shits me to tears. Another thing that shits me to tears is the fact that no one can just pronounce the name right consistently. Ra's al Ghul, right? I said it myself. it should be Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
And that's what he says. And that's what other people say. Yet most of the people say Ra's al Ghul. If they've heard it, why are they not saying it right? Even Sarah, when she's in the presence of Ra's al Ghul, will say Ra's, but when she's on Arrow or something like that, she says Raz.
Right.
I don't know why. I have nothing.
It's those damn Arrow riders again.
Yeah, but it's just, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. Anyway, I'm going to move on.
Okay.
I'm going to give that 4 out of 5.
Oh, cool.
4 shots from laser guns that apparently do nothing to you because everybody gets shot.
4 zapparoonies.
Yeah, and they just get a little zap. Nothing happens. But 4 out of 5. I thought it was really, really good.
Cool.
So now we're going to move on to Daredevil. And this is where we're going to continue on from our episode last week where we did episodes 1 to 4.
Yeah, this week we're going to go 5 to 8 because what we're going to do now is cover the Elektra arc.
Yeah.
Which
is it's underwhelming for how good this show is.
Yeah. And you know why? It's a personal thing. Yeah. I just don't like the character.
Yeah.
I've never liked her in the comics, never liked her anywhere.
Yeah. Before we get into it, though,
yes,
let's just break down what the 4 episodes are about.
Yeah.
So people remember. We're assuming again that you've already seen it, but so you remember where it is. So this sort of next arc. So this is what we're calling it, an arc. But these next 4 episodes really concentrate on Matt's relationship with Elektra, how they met, how it develops, all that sort of stuff. It concentrates on the looming battle with what we learn is the Hand and not the Yakuza, and of course the trial of the century, the people verse the Punisher.
Yes.
Yes. Going back to your point, I do agree with you. Elektra, I don't know a lot about the character myself.
Yeah.
Not one that I've delved into deeply into the comic books. I'm not enjoying this take on it.
Yeah.
I don't, it's just she's basically kind of written as like a spoilt brat.
Yes.
And she probably is. Yeah. But she's a diplomat's daughter and all that sort of stuff, but she's just a spoiled brat.
Yeah.
And it's just like, she just wants to get her way all the time.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Oh. Don't get me started on her.
From the time you meet her to basically her end run in these 4 episodes, that's kind of what it is. She does change a little bit towards the end.
Yeah.
She does become a little bit more of a normal human when normal human, but you know what I mean? Like, a relatable human when Matt sort of learns her story a bit more, but kind of like the whole thing, it's 4 hours worth of TV.
Yeah.
And for the most part, you're not rooting for her at all.
No. And, I personally don't like the way that she's trying to influence a younger Matt Murdock when he's in college, Oh, I found the guy that killed your dad. Here you go. Kill him.
Yeah,
Come on, do
kill
it.
Kill him. Stab him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Look, it does, like, she does say later, she references later that he was just a mission. But she eventually fell in love with him.
Yep.
And that's nice, but you still tried to, like, make him do something that he obviously wasn't willing to do.
Yeah.
And then you come back into his life and you're like, oh, I don't give a shit about your stupid law stuff. I don't give a shit about your friends. I don't give a shit about the cheap wine that you drink and all this sort of stuff. I've got my agenda and you need to, like, drop everything and come do my thing.
Yeah. But you know what? That's not all bad. Because, it makes the relationships between everyone else in this show a little bit rocky, and that makes it interesting.
Yeah, you're right. So in Matt being so heavily involved with Elektra and doing his Daredevil duties, it does really affect his relationships with, like, personally and professionally with Karen, and
who walks in, sees another woman in his bed,
and is kind of like, oh, well, that's probably not good.
Yeah, and of course, it's always taken out of context.
Yeah.
But shit, can you blame her?
Yeah, exactly. But, and Foggy as well, because while all this is happening, we've got the whole trial of the Punisher, and Matt is barely present.
Yeah.
And this was Matt's idea. It was Matt's idea to defend him.
Yeah, take on the case.
Yeah, and he's just so busy, chasing around after Elektra and the Hand and all that sort of stuff that he loses track of that. And it basically, where we leave it, everybody is pissed to shit at him.
Yeah.
They don't want anything to do with him.
Yeah. And, especially like when he comes into court and he really provokes the Punisher.
Yeah.
to a point where he kind of just throws his hands up and he's like, fuck it, I fucking killed everyone and I fucking loved it.
Yeah. But there's a reason for that.
Yes, there is.
And we see one of the guards right before, the Punisher takes the stand when he finally is going to, have his chance to talk. The guard leans in and he's kind of like, remember what you want, Frank, or something like that.
I totally missed that. You had to fill me in on that.
Yeah, so that leads to the I guess season 8 big reveal, which is, spoiler alert. The Punisher does lose his shit. Like Frank Castle loses his shit, says, yeah, I loved it. I'd do it again if I had the choice. You call me the Punisher. Well, here I am. I'm the Punisher. Bring him to me and I'll knock him down, sort of thing. Gets sent to jail. Gets sent to the same jail that you believe is Jim Gordon's in.
Yep.
And who's there? Wilson Fisk. What'd you say?
I said Fisk. You said Fist.
No, I said Fisk.
No, man.
I thought you said Wilston Fist. No. Okay.
You get your shit together.
Let me do it.
Okay.
Wilson Fisk.
Yes, well done.
Yes, Wilson Fisk is casually just bench pressing like 220 kilos or something.
Not breaking a sweat.
Not breaking a sweat when the when Frank Castle walks in.
And just they're pause reps.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. He's like
Byron.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was good. Goals.
Yeah.
Big time goals.
Oh yeah.
But
close grip too.
All right. But he walks in and Wilson Fisk turns to him and he says, I see you got my message. So that was the big season 8 reveal. Where that's going to lead, we don't know. Another interesting thing to point out in this whole sort of 4-episode arc is the fact that Stick returns, and it's basically discovered that there is a massive war looming.
Yeah, well, actually, the way he shows himself is in a really interesting battle where Elektra and Daredevil, again, their ass handed
Yeah.
to him by who?
Hand.
The hand. Yeah, that's why I was having such trouble. Because there's too many hands in there.
Tripping over your own joke. That's terrible.
No, it wasn't a joke. No, but it's quite good because Daredevil can't hear them walking around.
Yeah.
They can control their heartbeats, and you can see he's
freaking out.
Yeah, he's shit scared.
And Elektra has to say they have weapons, concentrate on their weapons.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I can hear their swords. Cool.
Yeah.
So he has a bit of an idea. But this goes to show you how powerful or how, I guess, amazing a martial artist Stick is.
Yeah.
Because this old-ass blind dude just drops in and it's like, bam, 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 bam.
Let's
you're
go.
all dead. So, yeah, it's testament to how big this character is.
Yeah.
We tend to forget, like watching the TV show, but as far as the Marvel Universe goes, this guy is legitimately one of the best martial artists on the planet.
Yeah, he's on a next level.
Next level. Like it's next level sort of stuff. And so what we eventually learn is that the Hand have found the secret to immortality. And that's how they've built their wealth, and that's how they've built their empire, but they don't want to stop. They want more and more and more. And it's taken a select few called the Chaste, which are headed up by Stick, to effectively battle them, and however long that's been going for. But Stick's whole purpose is to introduce kick-ass martial artists into the Chaste, to battle the Hand, which is what he did with Elektra, and which he was effectively trying to do with Daredevil, Matt Murdock as well.
Murdock, yeah.
So that's all very interesting, and we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, it didn't end well for Stick in the sense that both Elektra and Matt said, "Fuck off, not interested in your job offer. We're going to be good guys. Not that they're bad guys." But we're going to be good guys that don't kill people. Yeah. Very next thing Elektra does is kill someone.
Yeah, kills this young assassin.
Yeah,
just a kid,
little ninja kid.
Matt Murdock is just what the fuck.
Yeah, and then it kind of that finishes for them. Well, it finishes with him being poisoned as well. By the arrow. So we'll see how that all plays out. That's pretty much it, I guess. If there wasn't a lot that happened.
No, it was a pretty... Oops. It was a pretty quiet arc.
Yeah, it was.
In the sense that it didn't really build a story largely apart from the fact that we now know an army's coming.
Yeah.
but that was it.
Yeah. More interesting is what's going to happen with the Punisher.
Yeah.
I think, and Wilson Fisk in that storyline.
Yeah.
So next week we will cover episodes 9 through to 13. We may as well finish it off.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. It's only 13 episodes.
It is.
Oh.
So we'll finish it off next week. That'll be Arc 3.
Yeah.
The return of the somethings.
Yeah.
I don't have a cool.
the final-
I don't have a cool Trinity name.
The final countdown.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah.
All right, and that is going to move us into our feature of the week, which is
Darkseid. We are covering our first villain.
Yes, this will be our first villain. And in the wake of Batman versus Superman and all the revealing that that they did in the nightmare sequence and that sort of thing and the lead up to the Justice League, we thought we'd clue you in on a little bit of the backstory of Darkseid.
Yeah. Just basically the biggest bad guy in DC history.
Yeah, most definitely. If there's ever a threat to worldwide or universal peace, you can guarantee Darkseid's behind it. Wrong kind of Darkseid.
I didn't get the memo.
So Cade's fucked up the music. No, it's good though, because obviously there's nothing that we can really do for Darkseid at the present time.
No, he hasn't actually featured in any films, only in the cartoons. So.
Yeah. So why not give you that
Yeah.
taste of pop culture history, right?
Yeah, perfect.
Anyway, so we're going to talk about Darkseid, and where do you start, honestly, when you're talking about someone as integral to the world of the Justice League as he is?
I recommend at the start.
Well, aren't you smart?
Yes.
All right, okay. So Darkseid was actually created by Jack Kirby, and Jack Kirby is a legend. Unfortunately, he has passed away. He's been passed away for some time. But Jack Kirby is the creator of like such amazing characters like Captain America, Ant-Man. He's the co-creator of the Fantastic Four with Stan Lee, among many, many, many others. As integral, in my opinion, to comic books as Stan Lee is. But Darkseid made his debut in 1970. And it was actually in a little bit of a cameo appearance in Superman Friends, I think, or Superman's Pals, Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
One of them.
Okay.
Number 134. Yeah, it's like Superman's Friends or something like that. But let me tell you something about Darkseid.
Yes, tell me.
You want something?
Yes, fill my ear holes now.
This dude is one evil bastard, man. And he's best described as an utterly ruthless overlord who rules with fear, right? And he actually originally ran by the name Uxas or Uxas, depending on where you come from. Not from Apokolips, so
Yes,
I can
so
only,
You don't know the natural tongue. So.
I don't know the natural tongue. But in Apokolips, he was actually a prince. He was second in line to the throne behind his brother Drax.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not obviously Drax the Destroyer from Marvel, but
Yeah.
you know how Marvel and DC do.
Yes.
With their thing. And in an attempt to, by Drax to achieve ultimate power through claiming the mystical Omega Force, Uxas killed him, and then took the Omega Force for himself and basically claimed control over the entire planet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's how he rose to be Lord of Apokolips.
Ah. Well, did you know what? But did you know what? Did you know this?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
I don't know what is it.
Well, it caused his skin to get the rock-like appearance. And, of course, he decided to change his name to Darkseid.
As you would.
As you would.
So you mean the Omega Force?
Yes.
Yeah, so the Omega Force caused him to completely change appearance.
Yeah, and, basically Darkseid is a power-hungry narcissist whose ultimate goal is to eliminate all free will from the universe and reshape it into his own image.
Yeah. And this is where it's important to point this out, because this is a very interesting fact. Jack Kirby apparently modeled Darkseid after everybody's least favorite fascist, power-mad, historical douchebag, Hitler.
Yeah, this gives you a good real-world sense of, what kind of guy Darkseid is.
Yeah, he's Hitler, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah. Interesting fact, and I don't know if you know this, but just like Hitler, Darkseid also has a micropenis.
What? Is that a thing?
That's not a thing.
It would explain why he wants to get rid of all free will. He doesn't want people telling other people about that.
You can't make fun of you if they're dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Not an actual fact. Do not tell your friends that. Also, do not Google Darkseid micropenis or Hitler micropenis. Neither of those things. You really want to see what Google Images comes up with, let me tell you. Anyway. In order to achieve his universal domination, he has continuously sought the mysterious anti-life equation. And what the anti-life equation does is it gives its user complete control over the thoughts and emotions of all living beings in the universe. And in order to do that, he's not afraid to destroy races, planets. He's not afraid to cross comic book universes.
Look out, Marvel.
Exactly. To get it.
Yeah. So he sounds terrible, right?
Yeah.
But, more often than not, Darkseid really acts as the master puppeteer.
Yeah.
He watches from his planet Apokolips
Yep.
on his throne and really gets his minions to do it, with my personal favorite, mentioned her the other week,
Yep.
Granny Goodness,
Yep.
Glorious Godfrey,
Yep.
and the Female Furies.
Yeah.
And they do all his dirty work.
Yeah. So, and that comes into, like how you said, he's the master puppeteer. He basically sits back on his planet, waits for someone to sort of like pop up in a boom tube, and then he'll fight.
Yeah.
But if no one does, he kind of lets everybody else do the dirty work, which I think is really what's going to lead into the Justice League.
Yeah.
We might not actually see him.
No, and I think it would be quite good if we don't see him, because I don't want all those eggs kind of thrown out at once.
Yeah.
I
want a glimpse.
want to have a peek at him. Kind of like how the Thanos has been shown.
Yeah.
In his little chair.
Yeah, but like for me, the Thanos thing has been like running for so long now.
Oh, Marvel's done it wrong for how long they've tried to do it.
Okay, we get it.
Yeah.
Now let's see it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a long time ago, man. So I think we need to see a little bit of a glimpse of either Darkseid or Apokolips. We spoke about that in our Batman vs Superman special.
Yep.
That would really give us a really good insight into how they're going to make him look, obviously. But I think it will be a mind-controlled Superman.
Yeah, so do I.
Which is, I think that's where the Nightmare sequence was headed.
Yeah.
But Zack Snyder did just recently hint to the fact that it will revolve around Darkseid chasing the anti-life equation.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't stop there, right? So we've gathered that he does a lot of, his fighting from the balconies, as it were, and all that sort of stuff. But let's not forget that this dude gave us fucking parademons, man.
Oh, fucking parademons.
Parademons are the shit. Parademons are literally the bee's fucking knees, man.
Troy, for fuck's sake, no more bee puns.
It wasn't planned, I swear. I swear it wasn't planned.
Okay. I'll let it slide.
No more bee puns, though. But yeah, okay, Darkseid didn't give us parademons. Jack Kirby did. But because of this character and because of the whole fourth world and all that sort of stuff, we have these awesome things, man. And they're cool. We spoke a lot about how he sits on the sidelines, but let me tell you, this guy will get in there and he'll get down and dirty if he needs to. And he's not afraid to throw down because he's kind of huge.
Yeah, well, firstly, the guy is 8'9". Or, for those who work in metric, which is how the world should be, is 2.5 meters. And
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
That's monstrous.
And, he weighs in at a pretty lean 823 kilograms.
Just a little lean 823.
Yeah, that's it.
Nearly a ton.
Yeah. Yeah, on the lighter side of a ton.
Yeah.
And not only that, he has superhuman strength that can, it can match Superman and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's crazy. That gives you an idea of how physically imposing this guy is. But it doesn't stop there because he's highly invulnerable to almost anything, like guns, rockets, missiles, whatever. The only a punch from Superman obviously causes him great pain, as it would. As does from Martian Manhunter. But realistically, the guy can only be seriously fucked up from materials from his home planet of Apokolips.
Oh, really? So kind of like a kryptonite thing?
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more the technology that surrounds it. Yeah. So it's the technology and probably, I don't know, we'll say minerals and rocks and other geological things. Oh, we're so educated on this show.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, what do you got?
Well, he's practically immortal. Mm-hmm. He has telepathy, mind control, which he has used to control Superman once before.
Yep, so obviously that's going to lead into the Justice League, like we said.
That's it. Little hint. Keep your eyes out for that. He has erosion blast from his hands, teleportation, and if that's not enough, we haven't even touched on his most badass motherfucking power yet.
Yeah, this is the coolest power. So obviously we're talking about the Omega beams, and the Omega beams are a form of energy that he gets from the Omega Force that he fires like straight out of his eyes. He can disintegrate beings as he once seemingly did to Batman. He can teleport and return beings as he so pleases, or he can actually even kill you and then bring you back to life with them if he feels the need to, because he's that damn powerful.
You know what's cooler than that?
What?
He has so much control over his Omega beams that he can shoot them straight, curve them, bend them around corners and walls, or straight through some other material to blast you right in the face.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because you see a lot in the comics, like there's just beams going all over the place, and that's just not random, like rapid fire. He's actually controlling the direction.
So
he can chase Superman as Superman is speed flying or whatever out of their way. He can follow him wherever he needs to go. It's crazy.
The first time I saw them like in a good scenario, I think it was the Supergirl animated movie.
Yeah,
and it's basically the story of how Kara becomes Supergirl.
Yeah,
but she has to fight Apokolips in it, and it is unreal. They're quite terrifying.
Darkseid.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Darkseid. Sorry. They're quite terrifying in the sense that this is a cartoon, and you can just sense the power that these things have.
Yeah, but do you know what's cool?
What?
Wonder Woman's bracelets can withstand an Omega blast.
Really?
As can Doomsday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That happened in a comic. Right, close-up blast to the face.
There you go.
Yeah, it's crazy. So do you want to talk some battles?
Yes.
So this dude has faced heaps and heaps of people. But more importantly, like, he's faced Amazonians head on. So he did go into battle with Wonder Woman's people. He's battled the Justice League more times than you should, and has often come up trumps. He has battled Superman 1v1 countless times.
In real life.
IRL. He's fought the Martian Manhunter. He's crushed a Green Lantern ring with his bare hands.
Damn.
Yeah, right. And he's punched on with Doomsday, as I sort of alluded to, but that's crazy. On top of that, in a crossover event with Marvel, he's battled the Silver Surfer, and he even busted off an Omega blast straight at the World Eater himself, Galactus, who, kind of just brushed it off. But still, he's confident and cocky enough to give it a shot, which is crazy.
But damn, I mean, what more can be said? However his part plays out in the Justice League movie, either as, the main antagonist or as, someone who's mind-controlling Superman.
Yeah.
Rest assured, Affleck and the rest of the Justice League will have one of the most impossible tasks ever on their hands here.
Ever.
And I can't wait.
It's going to be awesome. Personally, again, like I said, I really hope we actually get to see him, because that way we'll have Thanos and Darkseid, and it'll be cool as shit.
And we all know who's the better one.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Thanos.
Civil War.
Civil War. Okay, look. So now that you're no doubt scared out of your minds, it's time for our final segment, Get to Know Your Favorite Hero, brought to you by Kasplat Comics and Collectibles. Now, whether you're a passionate fan or a comic newbie, check out www.kasplatcomics.com.au for all your comic book needs, or you can check out their Facebook page, Kasplat Comics and Collectibles. We'll make sure we drop you guys a link in our show notes, just to make life a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, check them out. It's really good.
It is good. So this week, we're going to give you 2 brilliant starting points for DC's most imposing villain, the Dread Lord of Apokolips, Darkseid.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Absolute Final Crisis. So written by famed Batman writer Grant Morrison with artwork by J.G. Jones, this massive multi-part event puts Superman, Batman, and just about everyone else in the DC universe in grave danger as they are forced to ask themselves what happens when evil wins. Because that's exactly what happens when Darkseid and his legion of evil followers actually win the war between light and dark, good versus evil. Who dies? Who survives? Read it and find out. It's a Colossus story that puts some of your favorite characters right through the proverbial ringer and spits them out the other side physically and emotionally crushed. Nothing will be the same after this.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Jack Kirby's entire Fourth World Saga. Now, I know I've just given you like 60 comic books to read, and not everyone was a fan of Jack Kirby's early work. But if you are lucky enough to be able to do so, then why not delve deep into the worlds of the New Gods and see how it all transpired? Jack Kirby plays writer and artist and acts as creator to some amazing characters, including the one and only Darkseid. They're featured in 4 editions in omnibus style, if that makes it easier for you, or if you're looking for more of a one-shot Kirby-style Darkseid story, try the Hunger Dogs graphic novel. You will love it.
And that brings us to the end of another fun-filled adventure down the comic book lane.
Oh.
Yeah. Make sure you tune in next week where we compare the Walking Dead comics to the TV show. What's different, what's better, what's worse.
That'll be good, won't it?
Yes. It's going to be a lot of work.
It's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be worthwhile because it does tie in with the season finale, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, we're not going to go any further than where it's up to, so don't worry, we're not going to spoil
anything that you haven't already seen.
Yeah, pretty much.
We just want to compare the two and see how much they differ. And I want to take some time out, once again, to thank our listeners and to everyone who has downloaded the show, subscribed on iTunes, done all the things that we love you for. We love you.
So much.
So much.
So much.
Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook at Comic Confidential Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Comic Con Pod, and the website
ComicConPod.com.
Exactly. You don't need the www.
You don't need the W's, mate.
Okay. That's lovely. Look, I also want to take a little bit of time out to quickly thank a young man by the name of Dennis. Thank you, Dennis. Dennis occasionally helps us out with the show by posting for us on our social media accounts every other week.
Yeah, he does a stellar job.
He does an amazing job. If you ever see a random post just pop up, it's probably Dennis.
Yeah.
But look, we couldn't do it without him, could we?
Yes, we couldn't.
Right? Anyway, thanks, Dennis. We love you, man. So until next week, as always, I'm Troy.
I'm Kade.
And this has been Comic Confidential.
See ya.
Peace.